Hey guys, this is TFR back here with another video. Today we're going to be covering the May 12th episode of AEW Dynamite. There's a lot of big matches on this card, so let's get right into it. So the first match was Jon Moxley versus Yuji Nagata for the IWGP US title. So Mox came out to the song Allin. It's a classic. I don't know if it's going to be his full-time theme song or it's just a one-off, given his level of Onita, deathmatch legend. And just wrestling legend. So Nagata got the upper hand originally. There were a lot of kicks in this match. It was very strong style based. Mox went for a double axe handle. Nagata caught him, but he couldn't get the Uranage. Then Nagata avoided a layer, faked Mox, and attacked his leg, in what was very entertaining to see. Mox hit German suplex. Nagata got an armbar, but Mox got the ropes, so he's fine. Nagata hit an Enziguri before Mox ended up winning with the absolutely vicious paradigm shift. Looks like Nagata got dropped on his head. And then they showed respect to each other. Pretty good, especially for an opener. It was like probably a 3.5 out of 5. But yeah, I liked it. So yeah. So then we had Codys Announcement. But before that, we saw the Inner Circle telling the Pinnacle that this isn't over. But then Cody came out. He talked about being an American. He talked about how he has a daughter, or how he's going to have a daughter. And then he said he will face Anthony Ogogo at Double or Nothing, but it will be against Cody. He will face Ogogo will face Cody Rhodes, the American Dream. Now, the reason why he's going under the moniker the American Dream is because he's trying to get the trademark, the American Dream that his father had, right? Well, that was the nickname he used, right? His father used. So he's trying to get it, and in order for him to get it, he has to prove that it could be used for entertainment purposes. So that's why he's going under that moniker. So it's going to be interesting. I was thinking they were going to do a flag match just based off even this promo. It just seemed obvious in my eyes, but I guess not. But I'm excited to see it, so yeah. I'd say it was a 3 out of 5. It was an okay promo. Then after that, we had the Young Bucks versus Socal Uncensored, which is Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. If the Young Bucks won, SCU would have to split up, and if SCU won, they would win the tag titles, right? So SCU started going crazy from the beginning. Then Daniels got powerbombed on the apron. Then Daniels hit a stomp and a powerbomb for 2. Nick got involved and what's it called? He got reverse suplexed, and it's this weird move, right, where he got reverse suplexed and kicked by SCU before they got back to the legal Jackson. Then Matt Jackson prevented the BME from happening. Nick hit some kicks on Kazarian. Jackson hit a Bronco, I think it's a Bronco Buster, or no, X Factor is the proper word for it, on Kazarian. Jackson superkicked Daniels into the ring post, and he started bleeding badly. Like, his face was gushing blood, man. It was insane. Like, blood and guts last week. Like, you may as well put Daniels in there with how much he was bleeding. It was insane. Then Kaz hit a cutter for 2. Kaz prevented more bang for your buck from happening, and he had a suplex on a diving Jackson and backdropped another Jackson to the arena floor. Kazarian got a roll up for 3, but the Good Bros were distracting the ref, so it didn't work. Kazarian hit a Styles Clash, but Jackson broke it up at the last second. Then the other Jackson hit a super kick, and they hit a pile driver, but Daniels came back in, and he hit an Angel's Wings on Jackson, but the other Jackson speared Daniels and started hitting him in the head with his fist because Daniels was still bleeding pretty badly. Before Daniels avoided a super kick, but he couldn't get the Angel's Wings before Jackson took the advantage again, and then he recreated that "I'm sorry, I love you" moment from WrestleMania 24 between Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair, right? And it wasn't enough. He kicked out of the super kick that Jackson hit. Daniels couldn't win with the moonsault that he accidentally failed at the first time, and then Daniels beat up the Good Bros before Jackson sprayed. I think it was cold spray, they call it, and went for the win, but it was only got 2 before the Bucks hit a BTE trigger and retained as a result. SCU had to break up, and because they couldn't show the farewell moment because of the amount of blood, it panned to Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley messing up the Elite's locker room. So that was interesting. I really liked the match. I thought it was amazing. Probably up there with the match between Pac and Ray Phoenix and the Young Bucks for the Young Bucks' best title defense so far this year as tag champs. So yeah, 4 out of 5. After that, we had Orange Cassidy versus Pac. The winner would face Kenny Omega at Double or Nothing, right? But before that, Christian talked about having an open contract for next week, which he is asking Team Taz to answer. But then Matt Sydal came out and they talked about how they're going to have the Casino Battle Royal at Double or Nothing, and they're both going to be in it. And Matt Sydal said he would answer the contract next week. So Christian Cage and Matt Sydal will face off next week. Then we had Orange Cassidy and Pac. So Cassidy put his glasses on Pac, right? And then Pac broke the glasses in half, and Cassidy dodged the move and hit Beach Break right away for 2. Cassidy then hit the no-hand suicide dive, which is actually a lot more dangerous than people seem to think. Like, legitimately, that could go so wrong, and he could end up breaking his neck because he doesn't have his hands out to break his fall. Like, that's not even like me trying to like kayfabe it up. That's the truth of the matter. Like, if he misses that move, there is a small chance he will break his neck. So it's a very risky move. Then after the commercial break, Cassidy was being beat up by Pac, and Pac was still destroying him. He hit Cassidy got hit with a shotgun dropkick, and then Pac kept up on him. Cassidy started trying, and he got a roll up for 2. Pac super kicked him, and then he got a powerbomb for 2, which was actually where this whole match sort of derailed, because this actually legitimately injured Orange Cassidy, right? So he actually got hurt. The referee was checking on him, and I guess Don Callis came down and said he wanted a winner, which provided the distraction for Omega to hit Pac with the title belt. It went to a draw because neither of them could stand by the count of 10. And then Don Callis said he has no opponent. Omega has no opponent for Double or Nothing, and he has the night off. Tony Schiavone then interrupted and said he was informed that at Double or Nothing there will be a world title match still, and it will be Pac versus Omega versus Cassidy. So everyone was very angry. Then the Elite said they want Varsity Blondes next week, and then Kingston and Mox at Double or Nothing. So it was a pretty good segment. I liked it. The match was alright. It was a 3 out of 5. It was just starting to heat up, I guess. But the segment afterwards was pretty entertaining, and I'd say that got me to take it up to like 3.5 out of 5. So yeah. And then after that, we saw what was called the coronation of the Pinnacle. So the Pinnacle came out and they talked. They said Sean Spears was a Canadian hero because he boosted ratings on TSN. Then Tully Blanchard said that the Inner Circle failed to beat them, and Tully said he spent thousands of dollars on this gift, and it was some watches. Then a horn started sounding, and it was revealed to be Sammy Guevara, Ortiz, and Hager in a monster truck. And then it was revealed that Jericho was in the back. Jericho asked for a rematch, and then MJF said no, so Sammy started spraying them with a little bit of the bubbly, like the Steve Austin beer truck, or Kurt Angle and the milk truck, so that was pretty funny. Then MJF said, fine, at May 30th, you guys will face us in the match you lost 1 year ago, Stadium Stampede, and if you guys lose, you have to break up. And so it was very interesting. I'm assuming it's going to happen, so I'm excited to see that. I'd say it was a 3, maybe a 4 out of 5. Then we had Thunder Rosa versus Jasmine Allure. So Rosa got some offense in. She was a little vicious, like throwing Allure into the turnbuckles. But then Allure got some shots in before Rosa won with her pile driver. It was a good match to get Rosa over after she had been away from TV for a while, I'm pretty sure. I'd say it was a 3 out of 5. But this might actually be her last match on AEW Dynamite, because in NWA, right? There's a match that she's going to have in a week or 2, I think, where if she loses, she has to stay in NWA. Pretty funny stipulation. And she can't wrestle for any other companies. So hopefully she wins that, but it's going to be interesting. So I'd say it was a 3 out of 5. Then we had Rusev versus Darby Allin, or Miro versus Darby Allin for the TNT title. So Rusev attacked Darby before the bell. and he was just dominating Darby. Then Darby said he could go, and the bell was rung, and Miro just hit a super kick right away for 2. Then Darby got the advantage by throwing Miro into the ring post. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky attacked Sting. Miro hit a suplex on Darby. Then Miro got put on a sleeper hold by Darby, and Miro started fading, and it looked like Darby would win, but Miro got to the ropes. Then they went outside in the sleeper, with it still locked in, and Miro ran into the ring, or, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, he ran into the barricade, I meant, and that was what got Darby off of Miro. Then Miro started hitting Darby with elbows. Miro threw him around the ring some more. And then at some point, I don't remember when this was again, but Darby went for a suicide dive, and he just bounced off of Miro. It was insane, right? But then Darby and Sting fist bumped, and it gave Darby some more energy, I guess. Darby hit the stunner and a cradle for 2. He hit another stunner and went for the coffin drop, but Miro got the waist lock as Darby was falling. Then he went for a suplex, but Darby landed on his feet. Darby hit a sunset for 2, but then Miro got the game over and all the way, like he legitimately was bending Darby, and he won the title. So then a bunch of people started brawling, like the Dark Order came down, I'm pretty sure, and then Lance Archer came down to stare down Miro to end the show. So that was a really good segment. I liked that. I'm excited to see Miro as TNT champion. Darby had an amazing reign. Like, he had that false count anywhere with Matt Hardy, and a match against Jungle Boy that was really good. This match with 10, that was actually a really good match in my eyes. And he had that Revolution Street fight. So altogether, it was a really good title reign. I'm excited to see what Miro does, and this whole Miro and Lance Archer thing. So that was the show. So that was the show for this week. Next week we have a really good card as well, with Serena Deeb versus Red Velvet for the NWA Women's title, the Bucks versus Varsity Blondes for the tag titles, Anthony Ogogo versus Austin Gunn, Christian Cage versus Matt Sydal, and Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston versus The Acclaimed. And then at Double or Nothing, the matches are confirmed as of now are Hangman versus Brian Cage, Cody versus Ogogo, Shida versus Britt Baker DMD. And then other than that, we also have the Casino Battle Royal and Omega versus Cassidy versus Pac. And then, as well as that, 2 matches that haven't been confirmed yet are the Stadium Stampede and Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston versus the Young Bucks, but they're very likely to happen. Overall, if you like this content, make sure you like, subscribe, share, do everything you can. I appreciate all your support. Peace.